This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening, now that hurricane season has started, one Manatee County real estate agent says many people don't seem to be too concerned about the potential threat, often opting out of features that will keep their homes safer. ABC7's Rick Adams has the details.
Well, we're being told a lot of folks aren't taking hurricane protection for their homes very seriously. For this homeowner, it's a whole other story. His home is protected all with a click of a button. Many experts say you don't have to be as extreme as the owner of this Bradenton home, who spent more than $40,000 on hurricane protection that's controlled by a remote and has a massive-sized backup generator. But it's highly recommended that anyone living in Florida should have some sort of protection for their home and for themselves. Joe Murphy, who is a real estate broker associate with Coldwell Banker, says people buying a home nowadays don't seem to be as concerned with hurricanes compared to 10 years ago.
What it is just that we haven't had any big storms come through to remind us of the potential dangers of a hurricane.
For Bradenton resident Joyce Miller and her husband, they've spent thousands of dollars to protect their home from a hurricane. All of their windows and doors are hurricane proof.
You can't put a price tag on your protection, your health, and protecting your family.
In addition to hurricane-proof windows and doors, a more inexpensive way to protect your home against a major storm is with metal shutters. There are also these much lighter clear type of panels you can mount made of polycarbonate, but it'll cost you twice as much as the metal shutters. There's even protection for your lanai or patio areas with these hurricane screens. E.J. Goodman works on many homes on the Suncoast to get them hurricane ready. He tells us it doesn't matter what you do, but it's important to do something.
The number one thing is be prepared, because you just never know when it's going to hit, and when it hits, time's out.
Joe Murphy says newer homes in Florida are now required to have some sort of hurricane protection because of building code laws. He tells us most folks are opting to go as cheap as they can for hurricane protection.
People would in the past opted to pay extra for the hurricane impact windows. They're not doing that. They're just going with the basic shutters.
And for more information on the best ways to protect your home from a hurricane, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. And if you still need to get the supplies for hurricane season, this weekend is your best chance to get some deals. A 3-day sales tax holiday on hurricane supplies began today and it runs through Sunday. State and local sales tax will not be charged on batteries, gas containers, flashlights, and generators that cost less than $750. Coolers, ice packs, tarps, and battery-powered radios will also not be taxed. Governor Rick Scott is calling for a special session over the state budget after vetoing $410 million in projects that he says he feels do not benefit Florida families. The governor vetoed the legislature's proposal to cut funding for the economic and tourism development agencies Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida. He wants to increase that funding to $76 million. He also vetoed the proposal to cut funding to education and is calling for an increase in $215 million or $100 per student. Governor Scott's final move is to provide $85 million to the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund.
What we've come up with is a plan that I believe is going to help us continue to grow jobs in the state. The way I always think about it is, I clearly ran on jobs. I mean, and by doing that, we have more money for education, more money for environment, more money for a lot of things.
The special session will run June 7th through June 9th. The state must have a final budget in place by July. Some organizations on the Suncoast will lose money as part of Governor Scott's $400 million worth of vetoes. The University of South Florida Sarasota Manatee feeling the biggest impact, Scott vetoing $3 million aimed at several programs at the university. They include the STEM program at Mote Marine, which is losing $2.5 million. There will also be cuts to Mote Marine Lab and Center for Paint at USF Sarasota Manatee. The State College of Florida is losing $500,000 for the Learning Gateway. holiday. $1 million has been cut to Phase 2 of Venice road improvements and $600,000 cut for habitat restoration at the Robinson Preserve. Several new laws are now in effect after Governor Scott signed off on those bills today. The laws range from providing training for law enforcement officers to better handle calls involving someone with autism to creating memorials for the boys killed at the Arthur G. Dozer School for Boys. Some laws to note include requiring election supervisors to notify voters whose signatures do not match their registration on their vote-by-mail ballots. Another law will create guidelines for emergency medical services to report drug overdoses, and it requires emergency departments to come up with policies to prevent unintentional overdoses. Those are just some of the 33 bills Governor Scott signed into law. A shortage of Florida Highway Patrol troopers is affecting response times to crashes. FHP said it is down 44 troopers in our area and about 200 across the state. The local task force patrols Sarasota, Manatee, and 8 other counties. Most troopers focus on patrolling 1 or 2 counties so they can respond to local calls faster. FHP says it is able to respond to most calls within 30 minutes, but some drivers may have to wait longer on busy days if no one is injured. Florida Highway Patrol is looking for men and women to fill the 44 open positions. There will be a recruiting event at Lecom Park on Sunday from 12 until 2 p.m. A follow-up now on the piles of trash left on Sarasota County beaches during the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Around 48 tons of trash were left on the beaches by Monday. Now, Sarasota County officials say they plan to take several steps to try to make sure this problem doesn't happen again. Staff members plan to start distributing garbage bags to visitors during holiday weekends. The county also plans to launch a new campaign to remind people about the importance of maintaining a clean beach environment. Staff members will also evaluate how trash is currently collected at beaches. And of course, we all have to do our part. Bring your trash bag. Take your trash with you, Bob, because we hate to see the beach looking like that.
Yeah, the #1 beach in the U.S., for that matter, or the United States. You don't want to trash that. That's what's drawing a lot of people here, obviously, and our weather does that too. But not so much today. We had a lot of clouds around and some heavier rainfall earlier this afternoon. That has since moved on. We've had some light rainfall that has been moving through and developing, mainly down to our south right now. And you can see that with the live sweep of the radar, a few spotty showers, very light rain. And we are not anticipating anything too rough to develop overnight. There's a lot of moisture, though, in the Gulf of Mexico. Look at this large plume of thunderstorms that has developed. It's the remnant low of what was a tropical storm in the Pacific. It's moving to the northeast now. All this is kind of headed in our general direction. It doesn't appear anything's going to develop. However, it will bring us abundance of moisture over the next several days. 75 right now. We have a few clouds around. We'll have your complete weekend weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. New developments tonight on the deadly attack on a resort in the Philippines that left at least 36 people dead. ISIS is now claiming responsibility. ABC's Chuck Sievertson has more, but we do warn you, some of this content may be difficult to watch.
Firemen collecting bodies at the scene. The casino table the attacker allegedly set on fire. Empty shell casings from that hail of gunfire, one of the weapons used. Tonight, new images from the chaos that unfolded inside that casino. Investigators trying to piece together the confusing and conflicting accounts of what really happened. Tourists trampling each other, trying to escape.
Next I saw, he started a huge fire.
Okay.
And then we just started running.
Philippine police say the attacker used gasoline to start a fire that left dozens dead. Smoke from that inferno could still be seen pouring out of windows today. Loved ones in anguish, holding each other. Surveillance showing a man police say is the suspect. 7 hours after the chaos began, they claim he committed suicide by setting himself on fire. ISIS taking responsibility, but local police insisting it was a botched robbery.
All indications point to a criminal act by an apparently emotionally disturbed individual.
Investigators not leaving anything to chance, scouring security cameras and deploying bomb-sniffing dogs outside the resort. While mourners gathered at a makeshift memorial, laying flowers and lighting candles in memory of the victims. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
Protests are being planned this weekend in response to President Trump pulling the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord. President Trump says he pulled out of that climate accord to support American workers, saying this agreement does not put America first. The White House still refuses to say whether Trump believes in climate change, whether he thinks it is a problem.
I have not had an opportunity to have that discussion.
All the discussions we had through the last several weeks have been focused on one singular issue. Is Paris good or not for this country?
The EPA administrator insists the White House is still open to a new climate deal, but nations around the world, including some key U.S. allies, maintain that is not going to happen. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, 3 former employees at Penn State received sentences related to the Jerry Sandusky sex abuse scandal. And why the Florida Supreme Court is taking up a case in the 2011 hazing death of a FAMU band member.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
What's up, America? I'm John Crow. It is Friday, June 2nd, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $74 million. To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold Mega Ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 72. That's followed by 7. Up next, we have 57. That's followed by 42, and your final white ball for this Friday evening is 69. Now for the Mega Ball. Tonight's Mega Ball number is 10. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 72, 7, 57, 42, 69, and gold Mega Ball is 10. Now, if no one matches last 6 numbers, Tuesday's jackpot could be $80 million. Good luck and play on, America.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Bob, it's been a humid day.
It has.
Oh,
it's been
out there.
a humid day. A lot of rainfall. We had some rain.
We
Good
did.
news. Finally
Big
near the
rain.
coast too. Inland areas had been getting the rainfall, but now today up to 2 inches at Lakewood Ranch and near Siesta Key, over 1.5 inches. You'll see that in a little bit. We could see more too over the upcoming days, and some great photos are coming in as a result of the cloud cover that has been around today. And look at this, the calm conditions out there at the Venice Jetty. Sydney Desmond sending this photo in as the sun was setting. Calm conditions out in the waters. We're not expecting a big wind or wave this weekend, but there could be some individual waves, and winds could be strong. There's some isolated thunderstorms that could develop around town throughout the weekend and then beyond. Well, the Van Wezel webcam showing the clouds. We had a lot of rain prior to that shot, and then the skies cleared just a little bit, not much. There was a little break there. Cloudy conditions, the key was out earlier this evening around 9:30. A little bit of mist falling here in Sarasota County. We are looking for a little heavier activity tomorrow afternoon. It looks like that'll be inland too. There's a chance, so we could see a few coastal showers late morning, early afternoon. And you can see there's a lot of rainfall, at least some rain out there in the Gulf of Mexico at this hour. Usually there isn't, so this would indicate there's a little disturbance there. There's another one here. All these kind of pinwheeling and moving right across the state. This in combination with a lot of tropical moisture around will kick off showers and storms through the weekend and beyond. And it looks as though right now we have some light rain falling down in Charlotte County, a couple of areas in Manatee County, and one in Sebring right now, some light rain. And as far as the Titan radar goes, a shower or two just offshore. Rainfall amounts, I mentioned, pretty impressive. 2.2 inches of rain there at Lakewood Ranch, 1.7 just southeast of Parrish, although Parrish didn't get any rain at all, at least the estimated from the Doppler radar site. Northwest Bradenton, 0.4 of an inch. And there it is, Siesta Key, 1.2 inches of rainfall today. Venice not as much at 0.3 of an inch. Well, a wider picture showing the rain down to the south and to the east, to the northeast, and to the west right now. All this indicating that, yes, there's plenty of moisture in the atmosphere, and it looks as though quite a bit of clouds around too in the Gulf, which will be streaming onshore due to a southwesterly wind. High pressure will kind of slip down to our south. This will allow the southwesterly component to stay with us right through the next several days too. Well, the current conditions now, and it is 75 degrees. We have some clouds around. The dew point is at 71, and winds are out of the east at 7, and the pressure now 30.06. This is at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. And as far as the high goes today, well, it was a little bit below average, and that's something we haven't said much of all this spring, and looks like we'll see temperatures into the mid-80s through the weekend. It won't be as warm as the normal high of 88 degrees, simply because the increased cloud cover. And as far as rain goes, 0.4 of an inch at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, which is a pretty good rain that we had earlier today. The wind flow will be out of the east overnight. That will create a land breeze, and then we may see a little bit of a sea breeze develop each and every afternoon, Wednesday and I should say Saturday through Wednesday of this week. And there's the forecast through Saturday. Scattered showers at any time, but mostly inland in the afternoon and evening, and then coming back toward the coast late in the night. As far as the satellite and radar picture goes, everything's kind of west to east here. There's another little disturbance there moving through Texas. And as far as our forecast goes tonight, not counting on any significant rainfall. And then tomorrow, you'll see the showers start to pop up right around 2, 3 o'clock. Most of it, again, inland pushing off to the east. So looking pretty good for tomorrow afternoon. Here's what's happening for beach and boating. Southeast winds turn to the southwest. There'll be a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 85 degrees. That's warm. And the tide's upcoming for Sarasota Bay. The next high tide will be at 9:38. Sunrise at 6:35. Mostly cloudy. Still a few showers possible. 72 for your low tomorrow. Variable clouds. 86 for a high. A 50-50 chance at scattered showers and storms. The extended forecast calling for some tropical moisture to move in on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then back to a 40% chance on Thursday and Friday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A follow-up now on a fatal explosion at a plant in Wisconsin earlier this week. A third victim has now been found inside that milling facility. One person is still missing. 11 had to be taken to the hospital. 2 workers were able to escape unharmed. Company officials say they're working with law enforcement to figure out what caused that explosion on Wednesday evening. 3 former Penn State officials are going to jail in connection to the Jerry Sandusky child molestation case. Former Penn State President Graham Spanier, Athletic Director Tim Curley, and former Senior Vice President for Finance and Business Gary Schultz were sentenced today for failing to report a 2001 allegation that Sandusky was molesting young boys. Spanier was sentenced to 4 to 12 months in jail and 2 years probation. Curley will spend 3 months in jail, and Schultz will spend 2 months with 2 years probation for both. The Florida Supreme Court will hear the appeal of a Florida A&M University band member convicted of killing a fellow band member. In a 4-1 vote today, the court agreed to hear 30-year-old Dante Martin's appeal from the 2011 death of Robert Champion. Martin was convicted of manslaughter and hazing after Champion collapsed after being beaten by members of FAMU's famed Marching 100. He is currently serving a 6-year prison sentence. The third trial of a former Florida escort accused of hiring a hitman to kill her husband is underway. Jury selection began today for Dalia DiPolito's trial. She is facing charges for allegedly telling an undercover detective posing as a hitman that she would pay him $7,000 to kill her husband. Her arrest gained national attention when video of the incident appeared on the TV show Cops and on 2020. Her 2011 conviction was overturned on appeal. A trial last fall ended in a mistrial when the jury hung 3-3. If convicted, DiPolito could face 20 years in prison. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Tonight, U2 is here on the 30th anniversary of the Joshua Tree, one of my very favorite trees.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
How long have we been married there?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Tiger Woods has been in the headlines. We'll ask our forensic science legal expert about driving and prescription drugs. Plus henna artist, ask Dr. Jenny and Tsunami Sushi in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now, sports.
A late night for Rays fans as the team heads west to begin a series against the Seattle Mariners. It's not going so well so far. The Mariners scoring 5 runs in the first inning alone. They just scored another 3 in the bottom of the third. The Rays remain scoreless. The Sarasota Sailors season comes to an end this afternoon in Fort Myers. The Sailors losing to Haggerty High School in the Class 8A semifinal 7-0. The Sailors were trying to win the school's 9th championship in baseball. Our congratulations, though, on an amazing season. Get ready to see some world-class athletes right in our own backyard. More ticket options are now available for the 2017 World Rowing Championships. Event organizers announcing the release of single-day tickets today. Previously, only multi-day ticket packages were available for this world-class regatta. You don't have to go far to get your tickets either.
The mall at University Town Center is announcing that they will be one of the outlets to sell these tickets on our behalf. You know, it's a win-win. We're located right across from the mall at UTC. I know they're very excited to be involved with this initiative, and we're excited to have them on board as partners.
That guy looks so familiar. I'm trying to figure out how I know him. Anyways, the tickets will be sold at the mall, at UTC's customer service desk, and the World Rowing Championship website. The event is expected to attract more than 40,000 spectators and almost 2,000 rowers from all around the world. Speaking of tickets, fans of the Pittsburgh Penguins, with a little bit of luck, got their hands on a pair of free tickets to the Stanley Cup Final. Amy Santora received a text early Wednesday from a strange number offering her 4 free tickets to the game. The man who texted her then realized he had texted the wrong number. He stayed good on his word, though. The person he meant to text only wanted 2 tickets, so he gave her the other 2 so that Amy and her husband could go to the game free as promised. I'm telling you, that is a lucky text message. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers right after this.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community. ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Since it is National Donut Day, some people are using it as an excuse to indulge, maybe a little too much in this case. Joey Chestnut set a world record in donut eating today. He ate 55 donuts at the Salvation Army Donut Championship in Santa Monica. Last year, he ate 47, so he's improved. Chestnut, as you probably know if you've heard about this stuff, he is a competitive eater. He has won Nathan's hot dog eating contest for eating 66 hot dogs and buns in 12 minutes. He's also swallowed 13 pounds of, get this, this is so strange, deep fried asparagus and 141 hard-boiled eggs.
This is like a big deal, you know. It's not just here, it goes around the world.
It's huge. They have sponsorships.
Yeah.
They make money. I mean, it's crazy, but more power to them.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, have a good weekend.